Okay, so the Mishnah is really a continuation. Mishnah Bey is a continuation of Mishnah Aleph. Natlu mochsen es chamor v'nasun lo chamor acher. Or gazlu listem es ksuso v'nastu lo ksus acheres. So the tax collector comes and is repossessing your stuff, and he takes your donkey, but he leaves you another donkey in its place. Or the armed robbers, they come and they take your coat, and they give you a different coat. It's very nice, they don't want to leave you in the cold, so, well, they like your coat is better, but they'll leave you one. These are nice robbers. So the question is, well, can you use that now? Because you know that the tax collectors, and here again we're talking about it's not the IRS. We're talking about tax collectors who are given sort of free range to do whatever, and they steal and they take things out of your hand they're not supposed to, or thieves. So we assume whatever the thieves have is they stole it from the last guy. They got tired of this coat, now they wanted a new one, so they'll give you the old one. They don't need it anymore. But it's stolen property, so how can you use it? No, Hari Elu Shalo. That belongs to the guy who got it. Because we assume that the owners gave up on them already. There's no chance. They know they're not getting it back. Tax collector took it 2 years ago. The robbers came and held him up and took it. He has no havamin. He has no thought that he's going to get it back. Therefore, he's given up on the ownership, and it's no longer, you're allowed to now take possession of it. Matzil min nahar, umin agayas, umin listim. If you save something that's rushing down the river, or from an armed troop that took something, or from armed robbers, you managed to take from them the property that they took from somebody else. Imnis Yashua Balim, if we can assume that the owners gave up, there's no chance they thought they're ever getting this back, they gave up on it already, so then Hariyeh Shalo, then you're allowed to keep it. V'chein nechil shal devarim, so too in regards to a swarm of bees. A swarm of bees got away from the hive. So Imnis Yashua Balim, if the owners have given up, and the swarm of bees came and landed in your yard, and don't know where it came from, and it's far away from, we assume that the guy gave up. He's no chance he's getting back this swarm of bees. So again, Hariyeh Shalo belongs to the fellow whose place it landed in. Amar Yochanan and Baroka. Nemenes isha okatan lomar mikan yatsa nechil zeh. A woman or a child are believed to say, hey, that swarm came from this yard. Even though generally in monetary issues, women and children don't testify. Right? We don't force women to testify, and therefore their testimony is not valid either. So they, in regards to monetary issues, we don't rely on their testimony. But in this case, where they're just saying, hey, this is where it came from, so then we say, oh, okay, we can now say that owner, it belongs to this place. Now, more about swarms of bees. You can go into your neighbor's yard to go after your swarm. The swarm gets away from you, goes in your neighbor's yard. You're allowed to go into the yard to stave it. Vim hizik, however, if you cause damage as you're wandering through the yard trying to get your swarm of bees back, you're breaking down, the rose bushes and you're destroying things as you're running along. So mashal mashihizik, you have to pay for the damage that you caused. However, you're not allowed to cut down the branch, a bough from his tree that the swarm has settled on now. And say, look, I'll pay him back. I'll give him the money. Meaning, if you cause damage by accident, you got to pay for it. But you can't cause damage on purpose on the condition that you're going to pay for it. Rabbi Shmuel ben Osher, Rabbi Yochanan ben Baroka Omer, Rabbi Shmuel, the son of Rabbi Yochanan ben Baroka, said, no. Af kotzetz v'nosin es adam. He says, you can even cut it down and give the money. He says that when Yoshua conquered the land of Israel, he did so on the condition that people be allowed to do such things, be allowed to, go ahead and make a trade-off. Obviously the swarm of bees is worth a lot more than the bough, and we don't want people to lose out. That was his position. Halacha, however, does not follow Rabbi Shmuel. You're not allowed to go into your neighbor's yard and cause damage on the condition of getting back your own stuff.